What if you could experience living in an effortless motion? We are told that hard work produces results and hard effort is required. But what if there is a quicker and funner way with little to no effort? Lao Tzu taught that Wu Wei, the art of not doing, or the art of not trying, results in allowing room for more fruitful manifestations. When we resist a condition or a situation, or we try forcefully to alter it, we can create a more negative outcome. But if we release resistance, it leads to positive results. When we are constantly thinking of something, we cannot fully concentrate on the present moment and therefore lose focus with the natural flow of life. The idea of Wu Wei is to go with the natural flow as to become one with your environment and to strengthen your energetic tie. When you try to stay on the surface of the water, you sink. But when you try to sink, you float. And that insecurity is the result of trying to be secure. That quote is from Alan Watts, who strongly emphasized on the backwards law, also known as the law of reversed effort, which is what Wu Wei is about. Now, I want to also introduce a little bit of an energetic approach to it because I like to view things in terms of energy. And I think Hermetic principles are great at doing so. So I want to touch on three of these principles and how you can use them to better understand the law of reversed effort. Law of polarity. Everything is dual, everything has its opposites, night and day, light and dark, up and down. But they are each of the same pole. Love and hate are both the same thing, just different ends of the spectrum. For instance, you could never know what light is if you never had the dark. You can't know what hot is if you've never experienced cold. So the two need each other to make one. This law helps you understand that everything needs its opposite and that all opposites are in fact one. Law of rhythm tells us everything has a pattern of flow, a pendulum swing, and the degree of the swing to one side is the degree to the other side. Every great empire has a great fall. We see this in the seasons too as they change. There's always a pattern. We see this all through nature. Knowing that there is a rhythm, you can better control what is coming next or the prevention of. Law of vibration explains how everything is always in motion and nothing rests. The intensity of the vibration determines the manifestation. Matter is energy at such high intensity it appears to be at rest. You can use this law to increase vibration in favorable conditions and decrease vibration in unfavorable conditions. That way, more of the things you favor will come to you and the things that you don't will stay away. With Wu Wei, that means that the things you don't want, you are not trying to go against the flow of them. You are instead focusing on the things you do want. Now we can tie these in together. You can use law of polarity to position yourself in the desired spot. You can use law of vibration to increase the vibration at that spot. So then you rise above the law of rhythm and you avoid the pendulum swing. But to do so, it means that you will be using Wu Wei, so that way you don't go towards the opposite polar end by not resisting the opposite end and trusting space or the universe. This is how you allow room for things to get done, by delegating your authority. In this way, you don't add in wrong thoughts that can result into a negative manifestation. Instead, you trust and let go, and all comes out better than you ever expected. Although Taoism and Hermeticism come from two different parts of the world and from different belief systems, you can see the connection and you can see the tie. And if you look at a lot of ancient philosophy, and even when you get into like ancient mythology and including religion, and you start looking at these things esoterically, you notice that a lot of it is really connected to what we call now New Thought Age, metaphysics, or most people know it as like law of attraction. I don't like to call it that because there's so much more than just law of attraction. But you notice there's that connection. And I think that's really cool when you start doing your studies, because it's easy to pick one thing and go extreme with it, like people do with religion. But when you sit back and you kind of eliminate all these things and you dissect through everything, you can go inward and really find your truth.